Here's the news at 9. First, the highlight. Lagos State Government announces traffic diversion at Odo-Yalaro for emergency repairs. President Tinubu approves 70,000 naira minimum wage. On foreign scene at a state appeals court blocks all President Biden's student debt relief plan. And in sport, Super Falcons captain Rashida Tajibade declares team's readiness for 2024 Olympic Games. Now the details. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Due to the deplorable state of the asphalt pavement and expansion joints on the Odo-Yalaro Bridge, the Lagos State Government has announced that traffic will be diverted at the bridge from Monday, 22nd July 2024 to carry out emergency repairs. According to a statement signed by the Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiyemi, the repairs will be carried out in two phases for 90 days, with the first phase to cover the Ojotepan lane, while the second phase will cover Yaba Ojolegba Maryland bound lane. Alternative routes have been mapped out for each phase of the repairs. For the first phase, motorists heading to Ojota from Maryland Yaba will be diverted into a counterflow on the lane inbound Maryland, while motorists heading to Yaba from Ojota will continue their journeys on the same lane. Also, motorists from Berger, Magodo, and Tollgate along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway are advised to go through Alakpara Ugudu axis in what's Bagada Anthony Eke Bridge to descend the ramp and access Ikorodu Road. Motorists coming from Ikeja, Oregon, and Kudrat Abiola Way are advised to use Okpabiling Bridge to connect Mobalaji Bank and Thoni Way, while those coming from Jibo are advised to make use of Ikorodu Road service lane by Mobile Fuel Station to access Bagada Ugudu access. For the second phase of the project, motorists in what's Maryland Yaba from Ojota will be diverted into a counterflow on the lane inbound Ojota, while those coming from Maryland will continue their journey on the same lane or use the following alternative routes. Traffic backlog is being cleared around Peace Park, where petrol tanker laden with 33,000 liters of petroleum motor spirit (PMS) overturned this afternoon. In a statement, Director, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adesanya, said the agency was alerted about 3 o'clock to ensure that the situation is effectively managed. Emergency personnel swung into action, blanketing the spillage by Peace Park in front of Lamata Place through Ojota to prevent secondary incidents. Adesanya, who said the cause of the incident is yet to be ascertained, urged motorists to take alternative routes and be patient. Nigerians from various walks of life have converged in Lagos to discuss issues bordering on social justice, equity, and patriotism amid calls for a level playing field for citizens to thrive regardless of tribe, tongues, and status. These calls were made at the 2024 public lecture of the Yoruba Tennis Club with the topic, "Where are the Nigerians? A study on patriotism and citizenship." Delivering the lecture, Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, noted that the issue of patriotism is on the front burner of conversations on how countries can overcome their challenges and attain greatness, with various surveys showing a decline in patriotism among Nigerians. Governor Hope Uzodinma will describe patriotism as a major tool for sustainable development of any country, highlighted lack of knowledge of a country's values, history and culture, critical assessment of the government, and personal negative experiences such as corruption, injustice, inequality as threats to patriotism in Nigeria.
Realistic to expect unconditional patriotism from a man or woman, boy or girl, whose loved ones are being mowed down by bandits, whose means of livelihood is threatened by criminals acting with impunity, whose sense of security is compromised, and whose feelings of belonging is shortchanged because of his or her ethnic or religious background.
He noted that for Nigeria to attain greatness and revive patriotism, everyone must undergo a fundamental mindset and behavioral shift from the House of Government to the smallest community. Earlier, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu emphasized on the pedigree of his Imo State counterpart to deliver the lecture, giving a studious performance in his various roles.
the partnership and the relationship between Imo and Lagos State in your tenure will continue to flourish because we're both people driven, we're both citizens inclined, and we're both driven by ensuring that we leave the place we're running better than we met it. We're both driven by understanding that the social, economic compensation of this country will get better.
Chairman of the Yoruba Tennis Club, Olakunle Agbebi, noted that patriots are individuals who arise in times of change, and Nigeria is in dire need of patriots, especially as the country battles insecurity, economic inflation, amongst others. The event had in attendance wife of the Imo State Governor, Governor of Ekiti State, Abiodun Yebanji, Oni of Ife, Oba Diayi Ugusi, Minister of Science and Technology, Uche Naji, ethnic groups, political leaders, party faithful, students, government officials, and captains of industries. And now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has approved 70,000 naira as the new minimum wage for Nigerian workers, with a promise to review the national minimum wage law every 3 years. This is coming after the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress met with the president at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The special advisor to the president, Bola Tinubu, on information and strategy, Bayo Onunuga, in a statement confirmed the development, saying that the president also vowed to exercise his executive discretion to address the outstanding 4-month salaries owed to university unions. Meanwhile, President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, has justified the reasons why the organized labour accepted the proposal of 70,000 naira wage from the president, Bola Tinubu. Speaking after the meeting with the president, Ajaero said the unions agreed to the offer because of the other incentives attached, noting that President promised a review every 3 years as against what was obtained in the past. The National Population Commission has pledged its commitment to the Golden Rule of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs agenda, with a promise to leave no one behind by providing credible, reliable, verifiable, and comprehensive data. Federal Commissioner of NPC in Lagos State, Saidat Olatunjoye, stated this on the sidelines of the World Population Day with the theme Embracing the Power of Inclusive Data Towards a Resilient and Equitable Future for All, saying that all gadgets and equipment were readily available for the implementation of census in Nigeria. According to her, the 2024 World Population Day offered opportunities to look beyond patches of improvement in data collection and analysis. Olatunjoye, who identified the need to strengthen the data-generating institutions, called for adequate funding of periodic data collection exercises that are inclusive and comprehensive, as well as legislative frames to engender timely conduct of consensus. On his part, Lagos State Director NPC, Bamidele Sadiku, said attention should focus on the need for more understanding of the importance of inclusive data by ensuring that information collated accounted for all people, regardless of their age, gender, ethnicity, and location. And in foreign news, the Federal Appeals Court has blocked President Joe Biden's administration from continuing to implement a new student debt relief plan designed to lower monthly payment for millions of Americans. The St. Louis-based 8 U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals granted a request, opens a new tab by 7 Republican-led states to put on hold parts of the U.S. Department of Education's debt relief plan that had not already been blocked by a lower court judge. The ruling last month by a U.S. District Judge, John Ross, had blocked the department from granting further loan forgiveness under the administration's Saving on a Valuable Education SAFE plan, but had not blocked all the plan. That plan provides more generous terms than the past income-based repayment plans, lowering monthly payments for eligible borrowers and allowing those whose original principal balances were $12,000 or less to have their debt forgiven after 10 years. And in sports, Super Falcons captain Rasheedat Ajibade says the team is ready to compete with top teams at the 2024 Olympic Games, saying the team has what it takes to be at the top. The West African have drawn in Group C with reigning world champions Spain, Brazil, and former world champions Japan. Randy Waldron's side is the lowest ranked team in the group. The Nigerians will begin their campaign at the Olympics against Brazil at the Stade Prodex next week, Thursday. Just before we go, ensure that the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that Somalo administration trained 500 unemployed youth in soft skills and job interview program? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. So in the news, have the highlights of the major stories. Due to the deplorable state of the asphalt pavement and expansion joints on the Odo-Yalaro Bridge, the Lagos State Government has announced that traffic will be diverted at the bridge from Monday, 22nd July 2024 to carry out emergency repairs. President Tinubu has approved 70,000 naira as minimum wage for Nigerian workers with a promise to review the national minimum wage law every 3 years. We also told you that a federal appeals court has blocked President Joe Biden's administration from continuing to implement a new student debt relief plan designed to lower monthly payment for millions of Americans. And in sports, Super Falcons captain Rasheedat Ajibade said the team was ready to compete with top teams at the 2024 Olympic Games, saying the team has what it takes to be at the top. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Aderayo Idowu Olaya. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.